Dad, you remember that song I wrote about that guy who worked at your studio who you never remembered his name? His name was Byron, but you called him Myron. 3 times you called him Myron, till you heard the other guy say it with a B. Byron, 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 Byron.
Episode of What the Hell Happened to Them? The Adam Sandler saga continues with yet another film, but of course joining Patrick and Joe today is...
Kerry.
Kerry, you remember Kerry from When We Were Children when she's come back because she just couldn't stay away and has picked another artsy, unknown Adam Sandler movie to be a part of.
Boo!
Oh, no.
All right, and of course we have... Lev Van Rensselaer on the audio boards, keeping it down. Lev, the audio maven that you are craven. I fixed it from last time.
Oh, nice.
Yes, thank you. And of course, our sponsor today is Ginger Ale. Ginger Ale, it comes in a can. It's ginger.
Or a bottle.
Yeah, or a bottle. You take some ginger, you take a little ale, you take them both, and then you have the facts of life. All right, Joe, tell us about the movie we're watching today. What is it called?
The Meyerowitz Stories.
All right.
New and selected.
That's true. They're in parentheses.
Yep.
And
I don't like the way you're shaking your head.
Joe, before Kerry goes off on what will probably be a long tangent,
Oof.
Can I? Can you just tell us what the summary of this movie is?
I can tell you a couple of bits.
Uh-huh.
I got bits. I said, this is about families who love each other while never listening to anything they're telling you.
Okay.
Also, there's a little part in it.
Yeah.
The little quote. They're looking at baby pictures, and then I think Jean says to them, she's like, "You both were middle-aged men in the making," when they're looking at the baby pictures.
Yes.
That's
So
funny.
is that what do you think the movie's about? Middle-aged men in the making?
Well, they're already middle-aged. So.
Could that be the new title of the movie? Because it's had like 4 titles, and none of them really fit well.
Yeah, this title sucks.
Whatever.
Yeah, the extremely Yiddish title.
Yeah.
Yes.
I wish they stayed with that one.
I don't know. I don't know if any of these are particularly helpful. And Netflix gives you 2 different fonts. Netflix really went all out on this movie.
It's nice.
Yes,
it's nice to not have to go search.
But you
for
got to see it in the
film.
You got to see it in the theater though.
Yeah, I did. Right before the Florida project.
It was like one weekend.
Yeah,
it was there and then it was gone. Just
was.
Netflix trying to get an Oscar run for it or something.
Yeah, it doesn't need to be there for 2 weeks though.
Yeah, I mean probably in New York and LA at least.
Yeah.
But I don't think they care about Boston.
It was good.
Mm-hmm.
I like this movie.
Oh, yeah? Well, I liked it too, but let's hear what Kerry had to say.
Tell me why you liked it.
Well, can you tell us why this movie...
Why you didn't like
it?
this?
Can you tell us why this movie is worse than Dante's Peak and The Passengers?
I love Dante's Peak, so nothing's going to beat that. I thought it was really boring.
Mm-hmm.
I thought there was too much talking. I just was like... I can't finish this. I had to watch it in segments. It was so awful.
It was like 10-minute segments, Joe. Every time I call her, she'd be like, I did another 10. I'll be able to make it.
I was so happy when Patrick called because I was like, yes, it's break time.
Thank God we gave her 4 days to watch this movie.
Me and Pat got through an hour of it, and I was like, oh my God, I have to watch the next 40 minutes.
Well, so I did watch the first hour with her, and I could tell she wasn't enjoying it. But then I'm trying to think, why do I enjoy it, and why wouldn't she enjoy it? Like, what is the different? Why are we having different experiences with this movie outside? Because I think it's more than just personal taste. I think we're experiencing this movie in different ways. But what do you think that difference is? Yeah.
Do you think it's a boy movie?
So that was my fear, but I feel like if you just reversed everybody's genders, she would still be super bored.
Yeah, I feel like that too. I don't think it's a boy
Could you
movie.
relate to the characters?
Yeah,
it's like a father-son.
I don't even. I hear that argument a lot. Where you need to relate to the characters. I don't know necessarily if I need to relate to them.
Yeah,
I just need them to be interesting. And
I didn't think they were
thought that they
interesting.
were. I thought these were realistic, grounded people. Like I don't like to see the people running on top of train cars and foiling terrorist plots because that I don't believe that.
Well, maybe I didn't like it because it was too boring. It was too normal.
Yeah, like, so there's...
It was too normal.
No,
Everyone has those problems in their life.
Yeah.
So it's just like, okay, like, you could just go home to Thanksgiving and have the same problem.
Well, I will add, and Kerry won't believe me because she saw me watch the first hour, but I will add that this is probably the funniest Adam Sandler movie I've seen in a long time.
Yes,
Thought
when
it was
he's
funny?
driving around with his daughter at the beginning, and he can't find
I
his
was
face.
so annoyed. I was just like, Pat, this was the longest, stupidest intro ever. I'm like,
I think there's a lot of anxiety that you probably didn't like from the movie, because when they were, like, figuring out
No,
stuff...
but, like, Kerry brings up a good point. Like, Kerry is in the demographic where she sort of wants movies to be she wants movies to be sort of something outside of life, something to be a lot. She finds that interesting.
Larger than life stories.
Yeah, to not be she lives
unique.
She lives her life, you know. So she wants something that takes her out of it for a moment.
I don't want to see someone else's shitty life.
Yeah, and I think that's an avenue, especially for us film scholars. We kind of lose sight of these types of movies that sort of just let us relax.
Yeah,
you know, and maybe we feel like these more fun emotions, these more exhilarating emotions, like we're at an amusement park compared to at like a museum. Granted, I think the fine arts motif in this movie is sort of a hard thing to penetrate anyway. So I think for a lot of people, even if you like these kind of movies, the first 20 minutes can be a bit difficult because there's so much exposition that has to happen for you to explain what that world is like. I had a background in it through education, so I kind of knew all these, and that helped me find it somewhat humorous. But
I mean, I get the intro because they have to set up like characters and personalities, and you kind of understand the dynamic there. But I just think it was too long. This could have been a 20-minute movie. Sorry.
No, so listen. So Noah Baumbach, I've never found I know he's tried to make some of his movies funny, but I've never found them to be particularly amusing. Like Frances Ha is interesting, but not funny, though it wants to be funny.
Yeah, I have to agree.
Did he do Mr. America, or was that somebody else?
That's funny.
That one is funny, and now I think, and now
recently.
this one's funny. So I think he's starting to pick it up.
Yeah, that's what.
And he's starting to like find his like groove, and he's finding a way to make those jokes land, or maybe he's just. I don't know if it's him or if he's picking the right kind of actors to fit in the role.
Did you ever watch one of his earlier films? I'll have to look it up. But it had Ben Stiller in it, like really
like
young.
Greenberg?
No, I'm saying like...
Because I don't like Greenberg
I want
either.
to say it's like late 90s. It's like really old.
I don't think so,
I'll
then.
look it up.
I like Ben Stiller.
Did you like him in this?
Yeah, so what?
So out of all the characters, he was my favorite. I was trying to figure out why. I don't know why.
So I was thinking about that too as you said that, and I think it's because Adam Sandler and Gene, right? Is that the sister's name?
Yeah.
Gene. They're so passive characters, you know, but that's sort of their crux. Is like Adam Sandler's journey in this movie is to take action for his life because he's sort of let his father put him in this much more passive situation. So I could easily see an audience member having a harder time to get behind him. And I think that's why we have to start with Adam Sandler instead of Ben Stiller, who a lot of the time feels like the main character, because we would just like Ben Stiller way more, and then Adam Sandler would come and be like, I don't want to deal with you. But if you start with Adam Sandler, now you're sort of attached to him, and now you're comparing Ben Stiller to Adam Sandler, and that's creating a dynamic there. Because Ben Stiller just comes in and he sort of controls the show. That's his thing, and he wants to do all the right moves, and he knows, and he's trying to be very practical about everything and not getting too emotionally caught up in it. And these other two characters are just kind of whiny and hiding in the background, letting their parents walk all over them. So I think that sort of can be detrimental to an audience engagement if you're looking for someone to root for.
Yeah, I mean, but a lot of times people root for the like not dominant person.
No, but there's like a scrappy underdog element, but Adam Sandler and Gene aren't that. They're sort of resigned to their fate, and it's not until their brother comes back and their father hits in this coma where like they have to start getting in line, and they're taking all the notes and they're yelling at the doctor.
It's a really weird turn when he goes into the coma.
Because Kerry was pointing out, she didn't like Adam Sandler's anger when he's talking with both parents when they're threatening to sell the house in the beginning. But he's like, it's kind of like a whiny, snivelly anger. It's not the anger. Yeah. It's not like this big over the top anger. And we see that at the end, like that's him being more aggressive towards the world. Like that's that change there.
I liked him in the end. Yeah. I like him when he stole the daughter's beer out of her hand. I was like, yes, you're a good dad.
But he's not even mad that she's drinking. She just doesn't want her to mix those two beverages together.
I thought it was just like him showing, hey, I'm right, you're wrong.
Well, it's him. So it's him. And again, you're right. It's another example of him not letting her kind of like walk all over him.
So
you know.
I was proud of him.
So it's him sort of trying to be more parenting, which is sort of Ben Stiller's journey in this movie. How do I get more involved in my family instead of focusing on my career like my dad did?
Yeah, that movie I was talking about was Flirting with Disaster. You ever see that?
Oh, no.
It's good.
So tell me, you like Ben Stiller. I'm trying to think of movies that Ben Stiller's in that aren't these types of movies, and I can't think of any recently. What do you remember him in?
It's just like a lot of those comedies, right?
Oh, like the Meet the Parents, right?
Dodgeball.
Yeah.
Dodgeball, that's right. He had like that one year when he was in like 4 movies.
There was 6 movies.
Oh,
and
man.
There was Along Came Polly. Let's see if I can do this. Along Came Polly, Starsky and Hutch, Envy, Dodgeball, and then he did Meet the Fockers. So 5.
He's just easily likable. He has a great personality.
Yeah. I mean, he definitely was like it was when we switched over to him. It was definitely
more vulnerable.
It was a lot more. Well, it was a lot more refreshing because it was like a guy who's just like he's trying to take energy. Like the world's still trying to crush him down, but he's still standing during it.
That's everyone's problem in life.
No, I know, but that's still interesting. No. And Adam, is Adam Driver?
Yeah, Adam Driver has like a 3-minute scene in this.
Yeah, I did not like him in this movie. Yeah. He had like very awkward body. Like, because I liked what Adam Sandler was doing with his body. He had these nervous little tics and like this awkward gestures. And Adam Driver seemed to have no control over his limbs at all during that scene.
He was in the middle of shooting season 6 of Girls and The Last Jedi.
That's fine. I'm just saying. Like, you
how can you go from set to set with just such different dynamics when you're needed? It's just, that's crazy.
Yeah.
You should really take it easy for a while.
I don't know. So yeah, just would have liked to see more body control from him. His voice was fine. He was doing with his face and his voice was fine, but his arms were just didn't know what they wanted to be.
He's a tall guy.
Yeah.
Who's Adam Driver? Who are we talking about? Should I
Adam? So when
Did you see Star Wars?
when we first meet Ben Stiller, he's at the place and he's trying to fix up that house for that band guy. That's him. That's Adam Driver.
Oh yeah. I got it. Okay.
So, for a while there, I was kind of upset with this fine art thing because I'm like, this just feels like you're gonna keep a lot of people out of the movie. But then when you realize the movie's sort of about like perceptions and it's about like how we perceive ourselves versus what we are, and how we perceive our family versus what they are. And so, sort of the fine art world's kind of a smart place to put this movie because the fine art world is all about perception. It's all about this is worth more because we all think it's worth more, and someone has told us we all think our parents should be gods. But in actuality, they're as narcissistic as we are. So, there's a level of atonement there.
So, I agree with everything you're saying.
So I think that in that case, the fine arts world was kind of a smart move. And then sort of selling all the fine art pieces and donating them to be more useful fixtures inside of these nursing homes is sort of them coming to terms with themselves, not being everything that they thought they would be, but still being helpful to each other and to the people around them.
Or just like at the end, how Ben Stiller is like, I wasn't born in 1966, and you realize that it was Adam Sandler's character that was there the whole time. He's like, oh yeah, I guess I should have called it Danny.
I don't know, like either way, like one of them is remembering that wrong, and maybe he's remembering maybe the father's remembering that it's Danny, maybe the father's remembering the wrong year. So there's still a level of like just these memories that we build our lives on and our identities on are so easily manipulated by ourselves and by the forces around us that it's kind of ridiculous to take ourselves too seriously, since the whole thing could be a lie anyway, intentional or otherwise. And that's what this movie's about, and that's why I find it interesting, Kerry, because that's an interesting theme. And maybe we do all deal with it every day, but a movie is sort of like a redemption of reality. It kind of makes it more concise and consistent, and you can kind of poke and pick it out, and then you can take that and you can apply it to your life. I'm not really learning much from Dante's Inferno.
Dante's
Peak. And it was just a great hour and a half.
There's a
It's only 90 minutes?
You knew all this before you watched this movie.
No,
Didn't you know all these life lessons before you watched this movie?
You can know them, but you can't do them. You can know you have to take care of yourself and still not have the strength to do it. And then something can come along and do it. You can date somebody for a long time and realize it's not working, but until you see a movie where two brides are fighting over each other, you don't know that you need to get out of that relationship.
Talk about Bride Wars?
Yeah.
I haven't seen that one.
You did see that one, Kerry. I'm giving you a story that you told me, and you gave me a whole new look at cinema.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Look at that.
You broke up with somebody because you watched that movie.
Oh, fuck.
For like the final time. You've been breaking up with him like all the time, and then you finally broke up with him, and I go, this movie I've been mocking relentlessly, you learned something from it? And I go, well, it's really just...
I gotta write this shit down.
It's really just whatever you take away from it, I guess. So... there is a value to a Dante's Peak. There is sometimes you just need to just relax. But for me, I don't like to do that for an hour and a half. I put on a sitcom. That's what I do. 22 minutes, that kind of cleans me out.
I guess
But no, there's only one with Dante's Peak.
I like learning life lessons. I like serious movies. I just didn't like
You just couldn't buy into it. But you know what? I get it. I get it.
Do you think it was the actors, though? Well, you said you like Ben Stiller. Do you just not attach yourself to anyone else?
I didn't like any of the characters. I did like the sister Jean, right?
Yeah.
I liked the sister in one scene when they beat up that car.
Yeah.
And she was like, I could burn down the whole hospital and I'd still wouldn't be unfucked or something, she said. Yeah. And I could relate to her there, and I thought she was cool.
Yeah, I feel like Jean got the shaft in this movie. It's very unfortunate.
Yeah.
I was afraid that was going to happen.
It was really about these two brothers and the father, and that's unfortunate.
And that's like how her life was, though. So it's kind of...
I guess that fits in.
Yeah.
Why did they put Adam Sandler's daughter in it so much, though?
Her videos, her school videos.
Like
her student films.
Yeah,
those are some.
What was it? Pajama.
Something else I don't understand.
I've seen a lot of bad student films in my day, but
why did they think it was so great?
I mean, Adam Sandler clearly did it, but Ben Stiller, I don't know.
Unpornographic.
Ben Stiller, I think, maybe the brashness of it, or
wasn't that her?
Or maybe it was just like little parents, you get those parent eyes. So like when your kids do a crappy drawing, you like it.
Yeah, but wasn't her naked in the movie?
She's making every movie she does. Yeah, it was like her trying to reclaim her feminism. But
she was like showing her dad her like.
Yeah,
it's so
I know.
weird.
It was weird.
But I don't know. Like if you're like 3 generations of artists, maybe like that point. At that point, you're just brought up to be comfortable with that. Yeah. Maybe that you don't make that a big deal because you're kind of that side of the spectrum. The political spectrum,
it was just very sexual. It
was very sexual, but cartoonishly sexual, Like, it was like this German weird punk video.
Yeah, there was like someone getting fucked by a fox and they trick off their head.
It was her. Yeah, it was her fucking herself as a fox. while her grandmother slapped a bear or something. Like, classic art movie, know? And then she's just this hyperactive narration over the top.
Yeah.
I saw a movie once that was like a mouse climbing over the set of a mall while German version of It's Raining Men played for the whole movie. Like that, you see some weird films when you're in film school, I tell you.
But
why do people like those?
Okay.
I don't think
tell me. No,
I don't think they do. I think it was just like a supportive parent thing because those movies aren't particularly good.
Yeah, they're not good.
But like that's her trying to find her voice, and so she's doing this big brash experimental thing for now because she's 18 and that's the movie you're going to make when you're 18, It's going to be this loud thing. It's going to be messy. It's going to be kind of gross, but that's sort of the biggest birth. You're birthing your creativity there.
Yeah. I feel like I can relate to that because I know nothing I've made really is good. Mm-hmm. But
so
it's just like getting it out of my system. Mm-hmm. So it feels good. That's how I can relate to it.
Adam Sandler gets top billing in this movie.
As he should. It should be Dustin Hoffman, though, really, right?
No. I thought it'd be Ben Stiller because Ben Stiller, he does it again, but I think it might go to the passive aggressive, the passive nature of Adam Sandler, where he's just sort of in the background a lot of the movie, by his own choice. Mm-hmm. But Ben Stiller, when he comes in, he's sort of really he commands kind of every scene.
Yeah.
But that's his character. So, but Ben Stiller got second billing, which also makes sense because it really is it's them atoning because the father ultimately doesn't.
Yeah,
he can't get out of his own way.
Right, he doesn't. His father doesn't know he's doing anything.
No, but the father's the villain of this movie.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
which is interesting. I kind of I liked it
because that's what happens in a lot of normal people's lives. I think.
I'm glad you liked it.
I did like it.
Liked it a lot.
I thought I would kind of like it, but then I'm like, no, baumbach. I could really not like this movie. Like that other Ben Stiller.
Yeah,
no, the other one.
Oh, While We're Young.
Yeah, like I didn't like that or Greenberg.
I haven't rewatched it. I've only seen it once.
I'm like, these can be hit or miss. So I'm like, every other movie seems to get right, and this is the other movie. But no, this one had some juice, and the conversation was fast. The editing was awkward a lot of the times.
It just kind of kept fading.
I don't
to black.
know why. No, that wasn't. So there's like in the scene because we're doing these chapters. I guess I don't know why we're doing this narrative. I don't know if it helps us. Were they weird
chapters to everyone else?
Yeah, I thought it was going to go somewhere, but it feels like that was something they figured out in the editing, maybe.
Yeah,
and that's why they changed the title to what it was. I'm not sure. it doesn't hurt the movie, but I don't know what it's there to do.
Yeah.
So
at the end, we just get like the daughter segment.
Yeah, then you're doing that.
That was weird. I wasn't expecting.
Yeah,
that.
well, you're doing like the continue. It's them like moving to the future, so that kind of makes sense. And they're leaving the father of the past behind, and they're going. So fine.
Can I ask?
Yeah.
About the hip. What did that symbolize?
That was his like inability to take action for the problems in his life.
Yeah.
So then when he does at the end, that's how you know, like, oh, he's okay. Maybe he did something. For some reason he has a problem and he doesn't want to fix it, but now he does. Now he wants everything to be right again.
Okay, got it. Okay.
Yeah, that's my takeaway. So, perhaps you guys remember the last time we convened for Men, Women, Children, we had like a little post podcast discussion about who our TV parents would be.
TV parents.
Yeah, but like if you could pick,
man.
Yeah, if you could pick like a TV character to be your mother and father, who would you pick?
I think I remember yours. I don't remember who I picked for
Yeah,
mine.
so my TV father was in this movie. Judd Hirsch was in this movie.
Oh God! Why would Judd Hirsch?
Judd Hirsch was in this movie. Why? Because he's awesome. That's why. Judd Hirsch from Taxi.
I would have picked Ted Danson though.
No, that's a TV dad. No,
you don't think so?
No, he'd be out partying all the time. He would never be there to take care of me or my mom.
Yeah, but you guys have like
Judd Hirsch. He would be a good dad because he already screwed up one kid, so he would get the next one right.
I don't know.
Yeah.
No, look up Ted Danson and say that might be like Ted.
No, we weren't picking people who would look like us. We're just picking people that we want to be our parents.
Yeah, but he's very commanding on screen.
No, that would not be.
No, but
dad.
look at young Ted Danson. Come on.
Yeah, Google young Ted Danson. That'll fix the problem.
He's just in all these pictures with this big white beard.
And there's also a lot of times.
Oh my God.
There's also a lot of times where Noah Baumbach was doing confusing things with his camera too. He would like needlessly pan and follow.
I wish to you.
Yeah, but I think he shot it on 16mm. That's my guess, and then he blew it up. That's what it looked like to me. No, so Noah Baumbach seemed to be confused at how he wanted to move his camera. I think he would have been better served by having it stand still for most of the movie. The one movement I remember liking a lot was when Jean is explaining her story. Mm-hmm. About the guy perving out on her.
Oh, yeah.
And like she like keeps walking away from them and the camera follows her and then eventually the guys come back into frame and then she leaves again and then it follows her. That movement kind of held a little comedic juice to it. But, you know, you're right, Kerry. This movie does have a lot of dialogue, but I think he tries to compensate for that by having just dialogue just be, like, rapid pace. It was fluid. It was like butter.
Yeah, the dialogue
like, that's what I like. I like that. So, like, it had energy to it. This was like a Mammoth play. That's what we were doing here. It had, like, a rhythm to it, and it was enjoyable.
It was annoying.
Dustin Hoffman's character would not listen to anything.
No, I love, like, he just boldly wouldn't listen and would just make up these things and would go on these long rants.
They go to the art gallery show.
Yeah.
And he's talking to the woman who, like, he's talking to Sandler. And he's like, tell her that that I'm friends with LJ and we're going to get in here. And then Sandler's like, she can hear everything you're saying.
No, the movie, it was a funny Adam Sandler movie. I hadn't laughed at Adam Sandler that much in a long time.
Yeah, it was good.
So,
what?
Yeah.
I really liked this
You
a lot.
laughed out loud a lot?
I laugh internally. I don't really laugh out loud.
I think I laughed like twice in the whole movie. How many times do you laugh?
Like 4 or 5.
You think it's a funny movie?
I think it's a really funny movie.
It's a funny
I do.
movie.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm sorry. I know. Kerry, we just have different
smashing
tastes.
the car with, and like he's like he broke the branch and he's like and like right back in his face.
Yeah, I like
and
that.
he takes the cane and it breaks the cane. He's like, what's with this car?
Yeah. They go inside. They're so excited. And they like hug the nurse, and they're like, The nurse. The nurse is like, what is happening?
Yeah. And then they go and they're like, oh, we destroyed the guy's car, and they're like, he has dementia.
Yeah.
He's an old man.
and then they're still trying to justify it.
Yeah. It's good.
Yeah,
it's funny.
The movie's funny, Kerry.
Okay.
I know. I'm sorry.
Okay.
Yeah.
They're so excited that they ruined an old man's car.
No, yeah, Sandler has these little tics, like these hands, like he's like trying to he's like drumming on the table for a little bit, and like he's just doing like these little clicky things. Like I like Adam Driver, who's just sort of like flailing around. Adam Sandler is much more cool composed, and he's like you can just read a lot about who this character is through his posture and through his body work and through the clothes he wears. Like it was very enjoyable.
Oh, you know what else I found funny?
Yeah.
When they Ben Stiller and Dustin Hoffman are having dinner, and then that couple, like that guy, just keeps putting his stuff on Dustin Hoffman's table, and he's just like,
why was he so mad about that? It's just his personality, right?
Yeah. But he's
Okay.
just,
It's a controlling thing.
And I don't know why that guy was putting his shit on the table.
yeah, he's like, he
But-
put his glasses on a table, and his ketchup, and he takes his wine, and he's just like,
And then the jacket thing. Yeah, it's just annoying.
You're just getting a portrait of this guy that just thinks that the world owes him something. Mm-hmm. You know,
he's a crazy artist.
Because he's an unsuccessful artist. That's
he's
why.
Unsuccessful.
And he felt like he should be more. He felt like he was more talented than Judd Hirsch, and it was a whole thing.
Was it Ben Stiller or Adam Sandler were saying like it's kind of you never know what's going to happen in the art world, you know?
Yeah, and then they were trying to work on the getting people to perceive it and stuff, and the Hoffman doesn't want to do the art show with other people because it makes his perception less. But there's also something to, like, everybody's getting mad at Dustin Hoffman, and then they find out that he was ill for like 4 months while they were mad at him, and then he goes into this coma, and they're like, should we be mad at him if he had this problem? Like, is that right for us? And then they take that and go another step further, where they get mad at the doctor, and they're like, "Are you allowed to go and live your life
for 3 years?
Are you allowed to live your own life while people are sick? Is that fair?" And she's like, "No, it's not, but I'm gonna do it anyways." But there's something about that, like, like that's a tricky spot. Like, what is the best solution there? I don't know.
There is no solution. You just gotta
that's.
Well, it's kind of like it's not. The whole movie was saying like
the perception.
It's not fair who you get. As
no, but
dad.
I think the doctor. Yeah, I think there's a level of fairness to it. But I think the doctor is also an extension of the father figure. Like, we look at these doctors as people who know everything and can take care of us, and these nurses that come in here and they take care of us, but they get changed to units and they don't remember you. And doctors go on vacation because they have lives too, and they're failed people too, and they're flawed people too, and they have their own wants and needs. So. Just as a continuation of coming to terms with life and it not being what it was promised to be, and that promise itself is probably the lie, Mm-hmm. What's that look, Kerry?
I'm so sorry you didn't like the movie, though.
Yeah, we keep bringing you to these little artsy movies that Adam Sandler does, and we've got to stop that.
Yeah, well,
I feel like though because
Hotel Transylvania 3.
Yeah,
right? You in?
Is it at least funny?
Oh, you could bring Jack. Yeah, bring Jack to it. He'll like it.
Animated?
Yeah, it's coming out this summer.
Yeah, they're all
like animated.
It's a movie full of friendly monsters.
It actually could be maybe okay to watch. Like, it might not be like. The last two. I
don't know. They were they weren't bad. They were just boring.
I would like to watch a good movie that we can analyze and talk about, but this one's not it.
I'm trying to, but I don't know if you like any of them.
Men,
really.
Women, Children was an awful movie, but I feel like it had more to say, and I liked it way better.
You like Men, Women, Children better than this?
I just did not like this.
I rewatch Men, Women, and Children. It does not hold up the second time.
But I feel like I had so much more to say, and then this one, I'm just like,
Well, so yeah, I don't. But
we already know these life lessons.
It's something Kerry enjoys talking about, sort of relationships and people connecting, and this is sort of more of a
happy feels.
This is more of a family thing, and maybe due to it's a little too close to home for you or something,
Yeah, maybe I'm putting a wall up.
It could be.
But this isn't time to analyze me. We're analyzing the shitty movie.
But Joe brings up a good point much earlier in the movie. Is that this movie does sort of tilt heavily on the male side, even when it tries to atone with the daughter and the sister at the end. Mm-hmm. There's sort of haphazard there too, and I thought, he's
missing Greta Gerwig to have the female.
That's what it is.
It's true. Like she wrote Mistress America.
Yeah, so. Mistress America is very good. No, but I think
you should see Lady Bird.
I want to see Lady Bird. I wish I had gotten to, but it was a crazy couple months. I'll Redbox it.
You'll see it soon.
I'll Redbox it. It'll be fine. So, and that is unfortunate because the sister I bet had it. But again, she's just so passive and bland of a character, but at the same time, I want to see what that day is like for her. Like, what is she coping with?
Do you remember the way they introduced her into the movie? Because she's just she's in the scene, she's behind the wall, and you don't see her until Adam Sandler actually walks in the room. He's like, "Oh, hi! I didn't even know you were here."
Yeah. Like, there's a joke in there, so. Maybe that's part of it, though, because at the same time, she also seems to be the most well-adjusted of the two of them. She seems to already know what they need to figure out, that their parents aren't gods and that they're sort of all fucked up because of it, and they just have to be...
Yeah, she totally accepts it.
She has accepted it, and the other two don't get to accept it until they have this catharsis at the art gallery opening.
The fight, and then they...
Well, the fight makes them have to the realization. Yeah.
It's like, I don't know
which one got which. Do we
We'll never know. We'll never know.
Okay,
yeah.
Okay. I mean, Ben Stiller started crying, so...
Yeah,
he got the downer.
So funny, awkward. Yeah, it was great.
But I found that scene to be really frustrating, too, because they just start talking about themselves, and it's their dad's exhibit. They're not even talking about their dad. Well, they kind of were talking about their dad, but in a selfish kind of way.
Well, it was definitely awkward as all hell, but it was sort of what they needed to atone for their thing, for their event that their father didn't even want them to put him in. So, yeah, there's a level of narcissism there, but of course they're going to have that from the way that they grew up.
Yeah.
So it was them finally taking some time for them and say, all right, it's our time now. Dad can't own everything that we do. And so he throws the cookies. Then Ben Stiller leaves. He goes, be a good dad. So he's atoned. And now Adam Sandler goes. He throws the cookies down. He yells at his father. But he forgives his father at the same time in this most awkwardly cut ending.
Right, with the zoom in.
Yeah, I'm not sure what the effect was going for there. It just felt a little strong to me. And then he walked out. And you were like, okay. So other than some of those weird moments. Joe, do we have box office numbers for these?
I'm looking it up. But I just want to let you know this is a 92% on Rotten Tomatoes.
Yeah, it's got really great ratings.
I'm pretty sure that's Adam Sandler's highest rated movie.
More than Punch Drunk Love?
Punch Drunk Love has a surprisingly lower on the scale.
You know what's crazy is I think Kerry might like Punch Drunk Love.
Oh my god, would you?
She doesn't know.
Did we do a podcast?
No, we didn't do it.
Let's do it.
No, sorry.
We can always revisit.
The three of us didn't do it. But Joe and I have already done it. It was a much earlier movie.
I'm all into doing it.
No, it's a little artsy, but it's this cute love story too, and I think you might.
I think that's what I like.
Yeah, I think so too.
Because even in Men, Women, Children, I really latched on to
those are the stories that you were grabbing onto.
Yeah, love stories.
It's very artsy though.
Yeah, but I think it's just something that she wants to grab onto, and if it's these two people that really like each other, I think she might like that.
Mm-hmm. There wasn't really a love story in here, except Adam Sandler was kind of wanting to get with that divorce lady.
But again, that's Adam Sandler taking control of his life.
But I didn't really feel. I was just like, oh my God, whatever.
It's not a focus of the movie. It's just a benchmark to let you know that he wasn't able to ask her out in the beginning of the movie, but now he can ask her out.
There's no recorded data for the
box
office.
Even for the opening weekend, there's nothing.
It just says $0, which I think it made sense. It got at least $12 for me.
Yeah. All right, so Kerry, we promised this segment last week, but I've got some reviews of the podcast that we found out in all the places on iTunes, Stitcher, TuneIn. So so you guys ready to hear some reviews of what some people think? Some of them are really nice, some of them are not so great.
Uh-oh.
But we'll listen to all of them.
Uh-oh.
Yeah.
Is it about me?
Let's get to them. So here's one from Dina P. Lay off Terry Crews. He's a really good actor and has worked hard, and you guys are just sitting somewhere talking and jerking off, so what do you know?
Okay, so they're really calling you out.
That's true. I don't like Terry
mind
Crews.
Terry Crews.
Yeah, so Dina, be nice to Joe. He's okay with Terry Crews. It's just me. I just have shots fired on Terry Crews. That's all.
You know who Terry Crews is. Come on.
I'm Googling this.
She might not.
This guy.
I don't know what she would, if she's not seeing Adam Sandler.
White chicks.
He's not a white chick.
Yes, he is.
He's not a white chick.
I know my funny
he's not in White Chicks.
Just go to his movie IMDb because.
Right.
Oh my god!
God! Thank you. I'm right. Thank you.
Fine. I didn't want to see that movie anyway. Chris made me see that movie. I didn't want to see it. I hate White Chicks because I knew it was going to be stupid.
But it's funny.
It's not funny at all. It's stupid and it's sophomoric.
Fine.
Okay, yeah.
I think moving on. No, Tell me more comments.
No, she's watched two movies that we've asked her to watch. I think we should watch two movies.
You know what? That's fair. Let's do that.
Can we do
to the next season?
Can we do a different set of podcasts, like 90s movies?
I like the 90s nostalgia idea. That could be fun.
We want you to pick two movies.
Speaking of nostalgia, here's a comment from Terry. Take a trip to some classic Sandler nostalgia and realize that it's not worth the time.
Booyah! I like. Was that Terry?
Terry, that's Terry.
High five.
Terry Crews?
No, I don't know. Maybe it is. Whoa!
Just being very nonchalant about it. It's just Terry.
Yeah. You know what? Look at these now. These aren't very nice.
Yeah, keep going, please.
These are very nice. Jiminy has more talent than both you guys. Jiminy the intern.
I just appreciate you guys listening. That's really heartwarming.
This one's a little confusing. This one just says free Lev. Lev, are you okay? Lev, are you fine?
Is Lev just putting these in as
we really don't let him talk though. So
we don't have a mic. He doesn't have a mic.
He's behind.
We could have given him your mic.
Come over here. He's like, no, guys.
All right. This one's kind of nice. This one's a little nice. It's free, so I guess why not?
Thanks.
Right. There you go. All right. Only watch the ones with guests. It's your only hope for finding some personality in this show.
That warms my heart, too. Guys, make me be a guest more.
This is vicious. Is this what the internet's like?
This is why we waited till the end to actually read comments.
Why is Patrick so old? He's so old. So old.
Okay, this sounds like one of your
like
friends.
100. Yeah, that might be it. That might be it. All right, one more.
Or Alberto.
This one's a nice one. You ready for this one, Joe?
I'm so scared.
Ready for this one? Patrick's voice makes him sound like he has a chiseled jaw.
Oh, he does.
Beefy arms, pecs of an Olympian.
Who wrote this?
If podcast hosts were meat, he'd be filet mignon. Get a bite now before it's all gone.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's a poet.
Did you write
there.
that about yourself, Pat?
I wish I were that creative to
I have
myself.
a feeling I know who wrote that.
Oh, you think so, huh?
Yeah.
All
Someone
right.
who's listened to a couple of our episodes.
Yes.
Well, thanks for everyone for listening and commenting.
Yeah, well,
we like comments.
Even if the comments are negative, we'll still take them all.
I like how Kerry has just assumed that she's the third on all this stuff now.
Kerry is very at home on these, for only having done 2 of them and listening to no podcasts.
Yeah.
She is very at home here.
We
when
like
you listen to the
having
Men, Women, Children podcast, was that your first podcast you ever listened to?
Yeah, I don't listen
Yeah.
or do this.
So she's just ready to go. She's
I wanna do
she's
more.
demanding microphones.
Guys.
She's taking selfies. It's crazy.
Yeah. Guys, leave
good.
comments saying if you want a different series, I got you. Let me know.
Yeah, do you want to do 90s nostalgia with Kerry and Joe and Patrick?
I'll hijack the mics and we'll do it.
We could see some was evolution in the 90s? Or was that?
I think it might be
movie?
99 or 2000.
All right. Yeah,
If we
that's
just did a movie, I mean,
Yeah.
a podcast of all the movies in 1999 that meant something or didn't mean something, or people thought they were going to mean something,
Yeah.
we'd be set.
All right.
There's a lot of interesting things that
I
happen.
think so. So do we have any last thoughts?
Can we talk about the ending?
Okay, what about the ending?
I love the ending when he's like whispering and saying,
Yeah,
I forgive you.
No, it's a good.
the ending
It's
is
good structural, but it's a weird cut. What are you saying, Kerry?
the ending is when they go
Go to the box.
to find that thing
Oh, they go
that I had to Google
the
to
Ark of the
figure out
Covenant?
what the hell it was.
The Ark of the Covenant.
What did you Google?
I said the meaning of the ending because I didn't know it was in the box.
I just want to see what Google says for that. The meaning of the ending to the Meyerowitz Stories, new and selected.
What
I had to go on Wikipedia and it said, it was like a sculpture that the guy thought was lost, and I still don't understand the meaning.
I think it was like a callback to like somewhere in the movie.
No, so like she says, he thought something had been lost, and maybe it's like a redemptive thing, you know? Like there's always hope. Like nothing is hopeless, so nothing is gone and lost forever. My theory. The third
I like
wife,
the Ark of the Covenant thing.
yeah,
That's good.
It was good.
It really felt like that too.
Yeah, it was like, what are we doing here? No, the third wife here, the main wife in this movie, something weird about her.
Oh yeah, can we
There's
talk
something
about the
extremely
drunk wife?
suspicious.
Who, Emma Thompson? Is that who that
Yeah.
was?
Why
I
didn't
think
she
so.
go to the hospital at all?
Yeah, right. Like we never really see her.
She goes to
visiting.
was
Cuba.
just- she
and
was
she
just-
goes like, oh,
Yeah,
She was just at home, and they'd visit
like it's
her
this,
at home,
it's
but
this
she
really
wouldn't.
absent marriage. It's really depressing.
Yeah.
Yeah, even when she was like, "Put your dad to bed" or something.
Yeah.
It's like she can't be bothered.
No, doesn't she
And
say
like,
the
just
dad?
sell the house. Yeah.
It's very strange.
I like it when she just drives into the tree. It's never really like explained or thoroughly analyzed. It's just an accident that she
She's just
did, and she's got
driving-
peas on her head afterwards, and that's it. It was amusing. Kerry, that's amusing.
That's not funny. That's weird. I don't like weird things.
right.
I don't.
Okay.
I don't.
It's unfortunate.
so curious.
I
what you
just
think
I
of
want
Punch
to
Drunk
watch
Love.
a different movie and analyze it. And
Yeah,
come back
I Punch Drunk Love could be a fun one to. Is that in the 90s?
It's 2003.
All right.
Close enough.
It's close.
We'll do 90s and 00s.
OOs.
The
they
aughts.
call them the aughts, Kerry.
The OO.
The O's. Didn't even want to do 00. He just went OO. Okay.
Yep.
All right. Do you have anything else you want to get off your chest before we go to last looks, Kerry?
No, I'm good.
Okay.
Moving on to the next movie.
Oh,
Hotel
that's
Transylvania
it.
3.
The Hotel Transylvania 3, which won't
This
come out for another
summer.
couple months.
Couple of months. We got a good 7 months. It's going
Yeah.
to July.
Ooh. Yeah, get a little time off here.
Focus on a new
So we can
chapter.
we can
Can
recharge.
we do a spin-off? I really want to do a spin-off.
I think
What
we
do
should
you want to do a spin-off of, Kerry?
I don't know yet.
No, I think we should.
You just
take
wanna
advantage
do
of that
something.
90s
Just
thing
gonna
that you want to do.
Give us ideas, guys.
You should
Yeah.
you should find 2 movies. There'll be a little bridge gap in between, maybe. and we can watch these two movies.
Find 2 movies.
A Kerry Hal interlude.
Yeah, you've picked 2 movies for us to watch.
2 movies that you really like.
And that you want to talk about.
Yeah.
You want to talk about why you like them.
We could do that.
And you want to show us.
All right.
That sound fun?
Sign me up.
All right.
Let's
do that.
Okay, so let's go on the last looks, everybody. Carrie, what are your last looks on this movie? What were your final thoughts?
I have to keep talking about it? I'm done talking about it.
Well, like a broad overview. Like, what do you got?
How much did you hate it?
I don't know why I don't like it so much, but I strongly am so opposed to this movie and wouldn't recommend it to anyone.
I've seen it twice.
Sounds awful. But,
yeah.
Final thoughts?
Yeah, final thoughts. There's one last remark about the movie you have to say.
I guess you've learned a bunch of life lessons. If you want to learn life lessons, go watch it.
It's not even learning life lessons. You're learning like what's going on in the minds of these people that would annoy us so much, or these people that we don't understand.
And I just don't even care.
Okay.
God, I sound awful.
All right, Joe. What are your last looks here?
I just love Sandler's range in this. Like, he actually shows that he can really act, and it's nice to... I mean, we saw it like Sandy Wexler, too. He was just like, I don't know, he's found a new groove that he's approaching. Hopefully he keeps it up with, was it The Week Of?
The Week Of, yeah, whatever that could be about.
With Chris Rock.
Oh.
No, it's another one of his, like...
Yeah, Netflix deals.
Happy Madison Productions.
Yeah.
We'll see where it goes, because Sandy Wexler wasn't bad.
Yeah, there were...
We actually like that... I told Rona about the clown bit.
Oh, yeah. It's fun. It's a good bit.
Yeah, she was like, that actually sounds really funny.
There are some... I did know some cracks in the Sandler acting armor here. He wasn't perfect throughout the movie. Yeah. And I don't know if it was Noah Baumbach's directing or maybe Ben Stiller does have... I mean, Ben Stiller definitely has a little more chops than Adam Sandler does, and maybe that was kind of a bad comparison. But he was definitely able to hold his own. He didn't feel out of place in this movie, which a lot of people going in could have thought. And I think maybe he liked that, He liked that it wasn't just this easy thing and that he had some struggles with it and he wants to work on it. He seems to have responded well to this movie and he seems to want to work with Noah Baumbach again if that opportunity presents itself.
I hope so.
So, yeah, you could see this sort of creative... I don't want to say a renaissance, but he might be looking at his movies just a little differently and being like, I bet I could put a little zest in here and it might be worth my time and everything.
Yeah. Well, I think he turned 50 when he was making this movie,
So he could be like looking back and stuff and being like, as his kids are getting older, maybe these are the movies I want them to see instead of, Grown Ups 4. So...
Maybe I just like happy feel-good movies.
And you could.
This wasn't a happy feel-good
This isn't overly happy and feel-good. It's definitely a very... undertoned movie where any sense of joy you have comes with like we got a lot of work to do to get that joy, but we'll get there.
Right.
So I think that's that.
It wasn't the worst movie ever.
Oh wow, coming around.
No, the worst movie ever is 8 Crazy Nights. So be grateful we didn't make you watch that.
We did a commentary on that. It's still sitting in my queue to listen to.
Yeah.
I have not listened to it yet.
So those are my last thoughts. We'd like to thank our sponsor. I've lost my paper. Who's our sponsor? Do you guys remember?
Ginger Ale.
Ginger Ale! That's the ginger ale! You need some ginger, you need some ale. Well, don't worry, you're getting both, and hopefully you'll like them. We'd like to, of course, thank Lev Van Rensselaer, the audio maven, getting all the jobs done. Carrie, do you have anything you want to plug?
Oh. Nope.
No? All right, well, we'd like to thank Kerry Hal, who's here of her own free will and has no plugs to mention. Of course, we'd like to thank Joe. You can find our work at Quixotic9.com. Real Love is now available for streaming on Amazon, and it's free with Prime membership. Thank you all for listening. I am Patrick Scale. Joe, say goodnight.
Good night.
All the memories, they're all gone. While the beauty, although they had gone, it is true.
Fun fact. So.
I still haven't snapped the picture yet.
Oh, we'll just do one then. Oh, with the mic?
Go with the mic.
You said I could take it.
Don't move it. Don't move. Oh, okay.
Okay.
What is happening right now? That's not even the right way to. You would never hear yourself on that mic.
Pretty.
Does it?
Turn it towards your face so it looks like you're using it.
Wait, the mic.
You're on the opposite side of where the mic would hear you. There you go.
Ooh. Hold on.
Yeah, now I hear Kerry.
Hey, Patrick.
Yeah, hello.
You could hear me even if you didn't have those things on.
I could, yep. Mm-hmm.
We just discussed
That's
that.
the beauty of ears. Yeah?
You get your picture
Did
yet?
you get it? How is this still happening?
She doesn't like
Because
any of these.
I don't like the angle. I like that. Okay.
Oh, fuck's sake. You didn't do anything.
You broke
fine.
it. It's broken. Send everybody home.
Are we recording? Are we
Show's
recording?
over. No, we're not recording. We don't
That's a
record
nice
until the
picture.
heater
Is it?
Yeah, send it to all your
goes down.
snappies. That's what they call them.
And where it go.
All right.